First at 10 tonight, LMPD is so short-staffed it can't work any more overtime even if Metro Council paid the bill.
Tonight, WDRB's Chad Mills reveals why Council's leader is almost at a loss for answers. Chad.
Guys, President David James wanted to send $4 million of stimulus funds to LMPD to pay for overtime to reduce crime, but today he says LMPD's chief turned down his offer. To Kenneth Forbes Sr.,
I'm disturbed.
The violence sweeping Louisville is a full-on pandemic.
Just unprecedented. I have a nephew that was shot under the viaduct on Bell's Lane.
Help me, Jesus, man.
And he lost his own son. He's junior in 2012 and now helps other parents cope more frequently than ever nowadays.
I'm 9 years right now into the grieving process, but there's going to be someone tonight, probably in day 1 of the grieving process. Somebody yesterday is probably in day 2 of the grieving process.
We have a crime problem, violent crime problem in our city.
Acknowledging the problem Thursday night, Council President David James floated this idea.
I have an amendment, and it is to allocate $4 million in LMPD overtime for the entire city, for officers to have an officer presence, to reduce crime.
Debate delayed a vote on the idea Thursday, but one day later, it's now a moot point after a phone call between James and LMPD Chief Erika Shields.
It's not a good situation.
James says Shields told him she can't accept the extra overtime money because the department simply doesn't have enough officers to work it.
When Chief Shields told me that, it confirmed some thoughts that I had, that we simply don't have enough police officers, and they're already working overtime, and we still have situations where there's only 4 or 5 officers working in an entire division.
As we learned earlier this week, LMPD is short 241 sworn officers.
When you hear things like that, it's disheartening.
But for his son and for all the others, Forbes says he has no choice but stay hopeful. And if there is hope, President James says it'll come in the next union contract for LMPD, which he hopes will give officers raises to improve recruitment and retention in doing so. The current contract expires next week. A new deal has not yet been announced. Chad Mills, WDRB News.